Hello and welcome to episode 2 of Beyond the Blurb. I feel like I need to do like a little sing along. I don't know. Today's episode, I'm actually going to be talking about what Goodreads back in June. Okay, I'm like a month and a half late, but I don't care. 144 most read books of the 2025 reading challenge so far by Goodreads. Okay, I want to go through these and I just want to talk about them, yap about them. Okay, so whatever you're doing, come have a listen to me or watch me on YouTube if you are. Hello, hi. I'm feeling very cozy right now. And yes, if you did watch my first episode, I am wearing the exact same outfit because I just filmed the first episode. So judge me all you want. I don't care. I'm actually going out tonight as well, which is a shocker because I never do anything fun anymore. My birthday's coming up, fun fact, in like a week and a half. And I'm also moving house. Yes, I am moving in with my boyfriend. I'm so excited. Me and my boyfriend are actually going to live together. So this setup is going to change. Why did I start a podcast in like one of the most stressful, busiest times of my life? Because I just love it, apparently. I love to be stressed and I love to have things to do. Let's talk most read books of 2025 so far on Goodreads. This actually took me by surprise. I had a very, very quick kind of like scroll, and some of the books, I haven't seen them all, but some of the books I was like, oh, really? We're still reading that? Okay. Which is so interesting. And I think not a lot of them, but some of them are the same as my book recommendations from my first episode, which is really interesting. So let's unpack. Let's talk about it. I'm scrolling from bottom to top, and the first is split in categories, annoyingly. I kind of wish it was literally 1 to 145. I can't see another way of viewing this, but I could just be being completely stupid, but that's fine. We just move on, okay? Yeah, general non-fiction is the first category that I'm looking at from the bottom. Now, I'm not a non-fiction reader. The only non-fiction book that there's 2 non-fiction books that I've read, and one of them is actually Atomic Habits. I don't know if I've finished it though, but I do own the book somewhere, and that's on number 2. I do actually think it's a really, really good book. It's not like a book that you would, read in one sitting. It's not something that you can get yourself lost in. It's like you read a chapter every so often to improve your life, add really good habits. And I do actually think it's really good for a non-fiction book, considering I'm not a non-fiction reader. I do actually think it's really good if you are looking for like a self-help book. The first one is The Let Them Theory. I've heard a lot about this book. I haven't read it because, like I said, I'm not a non-fiction reader, but I have seen it absolutely all over my TikTok. But anyway, I'm not going to go through all of them because I don't care about any of the others. And then History and Biography. I don't recognize any of these. Oh, I recognize A Brief History of Human Mankind, Sapiens. I recognize that one. Haven't read it, but I do recognize it. Oh, and then you've got memoirs. What have we got here? The House of My Mother is number 1. I don't know who that is. I'm Glad My Mum Died. I have seen that. That's number 2. Number 3 is The Third Gilmore Girl. I've actually never watched Gilmore Girl, guys. I never. Britney Spears, The Woman in Me. That would be quite good. Oh, and then you've got Matthew Perry. Stop it. Oi, this is a good page, let me tell you. Oh, my eyes are stinging. Okay. We're actually going to go backwards. I don't know why I started with number 1 in the category. I should have done number 12. But young adult. Okay, this is interesting. So the 12th most read young adult so far in 2025 is, drumroll, Kingdom of Ash by Sarah J. Maas, if you don't know. It's the last book of the Throne of Glass series. It is hanging on strong still. This whole series is hanging on, okay? Because number 11 is Tower of Dawn. And then you've got number 10, which is Reckless by Lauren Roberts. Now, let's just stop here for a second. Let's just go back, okay? Kingdom of Ash, absolute masterpiece. However, me and one of my best friends were talking about this. When I say talk about this, we had like 2 sentences of talking and that's it. But we kind of noticed, because she was re-listening to this series, and we kind of noticed that actually not that much happens for a lot of the book until like maybe halfway or even later, but it's still an absolute masterpiece. So good, so many tears, it's ridiculous. Tower of Dawn, I read Tower of Dawn and Empire Storms as a tandem read when I read Throne of Glass, and do I regret it? No. I think reading it the first time around, I'm glad I did a tandem read, because I was also quite new to fantasy. It was my second fantasy series. And I think if I read them separately, I actually maybe would get annoyed reading Tower of Dawn. But then I don't know, because again, my friend who was re-listening to the series said that she actually thought reading or listening to them separately was better because she could get lost more into those individual books. So I don't know, do what you want basically if you've never read Throne of Glass. Reckless by Lauren Roberts is my least favourite book out of them all so far. I say so far because there is a tiny little cheeky novella coming up. But Reckless was awful, in my opinion. I know a lot of people love that. I personally don't. I think it's quite... it's actually like a 50-50 split on this book. I was bored. And it really infuriates me because Kai, I was obsessed with him for a really long time. As soon as I finished Powerless, I re-listened to it because I loved it so much. Like I actually fell in love. So then going into Reckless, being so excited to literally have nothing was annoying. Then you've got The Hunger Games. Interesting. I actually need to read The Hunger Games. Okay. I listened to the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes or whatever it's called, and I didn't give it a rating because I didn't really like it. But I will read The Hunger Games, and I need to read Sunrise on Reaping. I'm just putting it off because I've seen a lot of people cry, and I don't know if I can do that for myself at the moment. Then number 8 is Rebel Witch, which is Crimson Moth in the UK. I haven't read that yet, you know. I do want to. It was really hyped up when it first came out, and then recently I've been seeing quite a bit of negativity. People saying that it's quite boring, not much going on, it's just a bit meh, like it's not really giving what people saying it's giving. That's really interesting. I do need to read that. Then you've got Empire of Storms, Sarah J Maas, part of Throne of Glass. That ending right there, it's horrific. Number 6 is Powerless by Lauren Roberts. Yeah, I do think it deserves... I think the first book deserves the hype. I think the rest of the series doesn't. Sorry. But yeah, beautiful. And then, my favourite Throne of Glass book ever is Queen of Shadows. Just because this is where the game really changes, okay? I'm telling you, things really take a turn and it becomes absolutely incredible. Oh, so good and so much happens. Love it. And then number 4, you've got Heir of Fire by Sarah J Maas. This is kind of in order of the books, to be fair, which does make sense because obviously people are more likely to read the first few books, right? So Heir of Fire, number 4, loved it. I thought it was really good. Not as good as Queen of Shadows or Kingdom of Ash, but it is really good. This is where you see a slight change in the storyline and you kind of start to understand what the series is actually going to be about, because I do think Throne of Glass and Crown of Midnight don't really show what the series is really like and about, not until Heir of Fire. Then you're like, oh, okay, this is where it's going. And yeah, you just meet some people. And then number 3, you got Crown of Midnight. Number 2, Throne of Glass. So like I said, it's like in the reading order, so makes sense. And then number 1 is Sunrise on the Reaping. Like I said, I haven't read it yet. It is on my TBR. I do really want to read it. I'm just putting it off. And I just have so many books to read, guys. I don't know what to read anymore. Although I have made a TBR jar recently, so I'm really excited to start using that because I'm really struggling to know what books to choose for my TBRs. I do monthly TBRs, by the way, but I don't hold myself super accountable. It's not really to be like, I must read these. It's more to help me narrow down choices when I'm picking my next read, because I really I think I've got about 400 books on my TBR on Goodreads. Like it's impossible, okay? By having like a monthly TBR of like 8 books or so means that I know what to pick from. There's obviously a few that I add in there that I know for a fact I will read, and then the rest are kind of like if I fancy. Some of them are like a continuation of a series that I started. Yeah, just seeing how it goes, but at least it helps me decide what book. So Sunrise and Reaping, I do really need to add to my TBR, but I'm just not feeling it yet. Like, I need to be in the mood for this book, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, I know you're going to be a 5-star, but I just don't want to read you right now. And then we've got romance. Okay, how many have I read out of these? Actually, not that many. Oh, okay. Number 1 has really shocked me. I'm actually a bit baffled by that one, not gonna lie. Number 12 for romance is The 7-Year Slip. I recommended this book in the first episode. It is one of my, if not actually my favorite standalone romance. It is so freaking good. If you haven't read this yet, what are you doing? It is amazing. It's got like an element of magical realism, so it's not like fantasy. It hasn't got loads of magic or anything, but it's just got one element that has a little bit of magic, okay? And you're like, oh, what's happening? And it's really cute, and the characters are just really likable, you know, and the whole story is just really likable as well. I don't know, there's just something about it that I just love. And the number 11 is Butcher and Blackbird. I haven't read, is it a series or is it a standalone series, like interconnected series even? I don't know. I've never read Butcher and Blackbird, and to be honest, I actually like to go in blind with a lot of books, so I have no idea what it's about, and I don't want to know what it's about. It has been on my TBR for a really long time though, so I do need to get reading this one. And then number 10 is First Time Caller. I'm kind of not surprised. Okay, this went quite viral for like a whole week, which nowadays is a really long time on BookTok, by the way. I need to read that. I've heard mixed opinions though. Some people absolutely love it and rate it 5 stars, and some people think it's just really boring and dull. So I don't know, let me know, but I will probably get to it at one point. Then you've got Twisted Love by Anna Huang. It's the first one out of the Twisted series, and none of the other ones are on here, which is really funny because Twisted Love is probably the most disliked out of the 4. So if you have read Twisted Love but not the others, please don't let the first one put you off, because the second and the third second and the fourth are incredible. My favourite is the second, but I also do really like the fourth. The first one's probably the least favourite, but I personally really liked it because I read it quite early on in my reading journey, but a lot of people don't like the first one. So just power through, you know, even skip it, to be honest with you. Maybe just get like a summary of what happens if you don't want to waste your time. Then Abby Jimenez, Say You'll Remember Me. There are 3 Abby Jimenez books on here. Okay, this is my sign to read an Abby Jimenez book. I have never read an Abby Jimenez book ever. I know. For a romance reader, this is really, really bad. I will get to it. Okay, I just want to read some more romances by other authors that have already started, like Elsie Silver, Emily Henry. Have I read an Ali Hazelwood book? I can't. Yes, I have. I've read Bride. That's by Ali Hazelwood. Funny. Yeah, but I will read Abby Jimenez at one point, I promise. Sky and Sparrow, which is, I think, is that the second book of Butcher and Blackbird, second or third, I don't know, but it's part of that kind of series. Like I said, never read, don't know. Wild Side by Elsie Silver. Haven't read Rose Hill series. I'm still on Chestnut Springs. I've got one more book to go. Okay, one more book to go, guys. Not long. But Elsie Silver's writing is really fun, actually. Really easy to read, and just quite like nice. I don't know, just simple but nice. Then you've got number 5, Abby Jimenez, Part of Your World. I've heard really good things about this book. Really, really good things. So I will get to it. Number 4, Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. Heard incredible things about that as well. Number 3, Lights Out. I don't know how I feel about it. I think we need to have a dark romance genre, please, Goodreads, for one, because I think we are actually, is Butcher and Blackbird, is that classed as like a dark romance? I don't know. I get really confused with this and another series, I can't remember the name, but yeah, Lights Out. I mean, Lights Out is technically like a dark romance, but I don't really see it as dark romance, if I'm completely honest. Sorry, like if you're new to dark romance, then yeah, it will be dark romance for you, but like it's not really a dark romance. Sorry, I didn't really like this book, I'm gonna be honest. I read it. I've heard the audiobook is so much better, so if you haven't read it or listened to it, I would encourage listening to it, not reading it, because you get the MMC's point of view and like how he is a little bit more. He comes across more funny on audiobook. When I was reading it, I was bored and I don't really get the humor, and I was a bit like, this is so cringe, I don't understand. But I have also read other dark romance books, so this, I just didn't really get this book at all, but I know a lot of people loved it, so try it out. Then you've got Funny Story by Emily Henry. Is this the only Emily Henry book? Oh wow, I'm surprised. Oh, her latest one isn't on here, you know. Fair enough. I've heard mixed reviews on that one, so is Funny Story meant to be the best one? It is on my TBR, so we'll see. I've read maybe 2 of Emily Henry's books. I can't remember what they were. Let me have a look. Oh, I've read Beach Read and I've read Book Lovers. Beach Read, I actually don't remember at all. What is this one about? Aims to have writes best-selling when she opens a pen. I don't remember this. Oh yeah, no. They're living in neighbouring beach houses. No, I remember this one. Maybe it's Book Lovers that I don't remember. No, I don't remember this. Yeah, I mean, my memory is quite bad anyway, so like, that doesn't say much. And then number 1 is Deep End by Ali Hazelwood. This really shocked me because the reviews that I've seen personally are really negative. I do really want to read it just because I'm getting a lot of FOMO over this book, but I'm also kind of like, do I waste my time on this? Maybe not, considering I have like 400 books on my TBR. That was interesting. Horror. Oh, okay. I have never read any of these. I'm not really a horror girly, to be honest with you, so I might just skip this genre altogether. Don't see the point otherwise, to be quite honest with you. What's going on with my blanket? Hello. And then we've got science fiction. Interesting. I haven't read any of these. I've heard of The Measure by Nikki Ehrlich, and I've heard of Orbital by Samantha Harvey. Oh, in 1984. That's on my TBR by George Orwell. Oh, interesting. I'm going to skip that, sorry. Romantasy, let's go. Okay, let's go. So, wow. Okay, I've read them all. Clearly I'm a romantasy girly. Right, let's do this. So, number 12, The Ashes in the Star-Cursed King. It's the second book of the Nyaxia series. I'm just going to put it out there. Number 10 is The Serpent and the Wings of Night. So that is the first book of the Nyaxia series. Oh, those books. Love them. It's so underrated. Although I know that they were really hyped up at one point, and I think people have just kind of moved on from them and have forgotten about them. But if you haven't read this series yet, I would highly recommend. The novella isn't on here, but it's also really sweet. Six Scorched Roses, I think it's called. Really, really enjoyed that one. So cute and just very different to like the main series, which was fun. Now, number 11 is The Zodiac Academy. The first one, The Awakening. Now, I have been throwing this series down all of my friends' throats because it is so freaking good. Now, I'm actually going to do a whole episode about Zodiac Academy because I have a lot to say, okay? There's a lot to discuss. It's a big series. It's a big world. I'm just going to put it out there. This isn't for everyone, okay? I personally love it. It is super long. And yes, some of the books are unnecessarily long. Unnecessarily long. I do agree with you. I do. But you just have to move on and get over it, okay? And just read it because it is so good. Trashy Harry Potter with a different magic system, and they're older and they're all at school, and there's so many different like romance tropes and everything. Oh, it's just so good. So good. But it is messy and the writing is actually pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. So like, if you know what you're getting yourself into and you're still talking trash about Zodiac Academy, then I don't want to hear it, okay? Because we all know it's not perfect, okay? We all know that and we still love it. Number 9, my favourite ever duology of all time, and that is One Dark Window and Two Twisted Crowns, the Shepherd's King duology, I think it's called. Rachel Gillig is one of my all-time favorite authors now. She is incredible, and this duology I feel like is still incredibly underrated. Anyone that I know has read the duology says it's underrated. Like, let's talk about it more. It is so good. If you haven't read it, why not? It is so good. It's the whole premise is she's got this voice in her head, basically, which obviously she doesn't know what it is at the time, but then you find out. And the magic system is really interesting because it's to do with like cards. Yeah, I mean, I can't really explain a lot to you without ruining it because it is only 2 books, so just trust me on this one. It's quite like got dark gothic vibes. Love it. This is great because number 8 to 5 or 5 to 8, however you want to say it, is ACOTAR. You've got Court of Thorns and Roses, A Court of Mist and Fury, A Court of Wings and Ruin, and A Court of Silver Flames. Now, which is your favourite book out of these 4? It's funny how the little novella isn't on here. Do people just skip that book? I think it's really cute, and you actually kind of need to read it to understand A Court of Silver Flames a little bit. So don't skip it. It's short anyway. Like, why would you skip it? My favourite is Akamath. It will be Akamath, okay? This is where I fell in love, real love, okay? For the first time ever with an MMC. But I also really liked A Court of Wings and Ruin, and I think that's really underrated. No one really talks about that one. Everyone always talks about either Akamath or A Court of Silver Flames. No one talks about A Court of Wings and Ruin, and I think that is really freaking good. Really good. A lot of action, less romance, but still romance, but just not as much. And then you've got Quicksilver. This is a book that I did actually recommend as well in my first episode because I don't think it's overly complicated. It's really easy to read. It is a little bit long, to be fair. Probably doesn't need to be that long, but it's still like a fun time. I've seen mixed reviews at the moment, okay? When it first came out, everyone was loving it, obsessed with it. Like, it was a 5-star, 6-star book, and now all of a sudden everyone's like, I'm not sure about that. I don't know what is going on in the air, but like, why are we hyping books up so much and then suddenly going, I don't really like it anymore? What is going on? I think it's really good. Yes, it has got certain things that I don't, like, it can be a bit slow, like I said, in certain chapters, but like, what fantasy book isn't? Okay, right, if you have rated A Court of Silver Flames like 6 stars, but you don't like Quicksilver, I'm baffled, because if you're talking about that it was too slow, by the way, because A Court of Silver Flames is slow. It is slow. I'm pretty sure there's like one whole chapter of her just walking down the stairs. Like, come on. But anyway, we move on. And then 1 to 3 is the Empyrean series. You've got number 3, Iron Flame, number 2, Fourth Wing, and number 1, Onyx Storm. Okay, so not in release order, but obviously Onyx Storm came out this year, so I'm not surprised. Onyx Storm was sensational, okay? Fourth Wing, sensational. Iron Flame, get in the bin. Sorry, that needs to be rewritten and redone. And I try not to be overly negative about books, but I think you can see a real big difference between Onyx Storm and Iron Flame, okay? And I do feel bad for Rebecca Yarros, because I think she was just a little bit too rushed, and she should have taken more of her time with it. It should have gone through more edits, and just a lot more thought should have gone into Iron Flame. I don't hate it. I just think it needs to just be rewritten. It was infuriating to read, which was annoying because Rebecca Yarros is a really good writer. Obviously, it's not finished yet. We're still waiting for more books, but yeah, I'm not surprised that Empyrean series is at the top, to be honest. Okay, then we've got fantasy. Have I read any of these? No. So on number 12, you've got Tress of the Emerald Sea. I actually haven't seen this at all. Wow, the ratings are so good. 4.34. That's really high for Goodreads. Number 11, I do have on my TBR, and that is The Unmaking of June Farrow. Oh, I do really want to read this, but it's one of those books where you need a lot of brain power, so I need to be ready for it. Okay. Then you got Wind and Truth by Brandon Sanderson on number 10. Never heard of it. Cirque, number 9. I have had this on my TBR for a little while. I've heard very good things. I think it's is it mythology? Is that what it's called? Greek mythology? Is it Greek mythology? Oh, I'm really bad at this stuff. This is why I asked my best friend, because I have no idea. Okay, I'm really bad at this, and it's awful, I know. Then Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson. I don't know this at all. The Poppy War, number 7. Okay, I have had this on my TBR for a really long time. I also have the first special edition of the first book, and I will read this. I think I will really, really love it. I'm just really nervous too, because the FMC is meant to be like better than Selena Sardothian. So interesting. Babel, that is on my Goodreads. Is it Babel or Babel? Lol. I don't know how you pronounce things anymore. I've heard very good things about it, to be honest, but it's not actually as long as I thought it was going to be. It's 544 pages apparently. Not bad. Before the Coffee Gets Cold. Is this fantasy? Wait, it's only 213 pages. Oh, I didn't know this was fantasy. I might actually read that, you know. I've heard good things, but then I've also heard bad things. I don't know, but I'm going to add that to my TBR. The Song of Achilles. Oh, okay. That has been on my TBR for like a seriously long time. When I tell you, I think it's in like my first 10 books I've ever added to my TBR. I will get to reading it. No, I don't have the physical book. I thought I did, but I have something else. Again, I think people just cry a lot at it, and so I've been putting it off. The House of the... No, wait, I'm blind. The House in the Cerulean Sea. Whatever. I don't know. That is number 3. I haven't heard anything about this. The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. That is on my TBR. I've heard wonderful things. But again, one of those where you need your brain on and very complicated and all that. So I will get to it. And the Midnight Library is number 1. That is on my TBR, but I haven't heard loads about it. I do really want to read it, and it's really short, 288 pages. I didn't realise. Okay, I might read that soon, to be honest. Okay, mystery and thriller. Let's get through this. Right, The Teacher, Frida McFadden, number 12. Never read. I do have the physical copy. None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell, number 11. I have heard incredible things. It is on my TBR. Beautiful Ugly, I think, by Alice Feeney. Oh, I haven't seen this one. Okay. Interesting. Number 9, The Inmate. Oh, I spoke about this in my first episode and I forgot the name of it. The Inmate. I want to say fun vibes. Like, it's not fun because it's a thriller, but like easy to read, but a lot of plot holes. The Silent Patient, I did really like. I read this super early on. Quite a good twist. Kind of saw it coming, but some people didn't. Never Lie by Frida McFadden's on number 7. My favourite Frida McFadden book. So good. Number 6 and number 5 are The Housemaid. So The Housemaid is Watching is number 6. The Housemaid's Secret is number 5. I hated The Housemaid is Watching. The Housemaid's Secret was really good. I really liked the twist there. The God of the Woods. Oh, I haven't read this. That's on my TBR by Liz Moore. Number 3, The Boyfriend by Frida McFadden. That's on my TBR. Number 2, The First Housemaid. I've read that. Really good. And number 1 is The Crash. Now, I've heard quite bad things about it. I've heard it's very, very predictable, kind of boring, repetitive, and all that stuff. So I don't know if I'm actually going to read that. It's not on my TBR at the moment. Frida McFadden, yeah, I mean, Frida McFadden is good, but I don't know. She has the same formula for like every single book. Anyway, then you've got historical fiction. Hayward by Amelia Hart, never heard. The Berry Pickers by Amanda Peters, never heard. These are all really good. Like, when I say never heard, by the way, it doesn't mean I'm like, oh, never heard. What is this? It's just like, oh, I need to learn more about what other books exist outside of Book Talk, okay? Daisy Jones and the Six. Oh, okay. I have listened to this on audio and it was so good as an audiobook. I would highly recommend listening to it because every single character is voiced by a different voice actor and it feels so real. So good. Kate Quinn, The Briar Club. That's on my TBR. I don't actually know what it's about. Small Things Like These by Claire Keegan. Never heard. Then Kristen Hanna, The Great Alone. I've heard quite a lot about Kristen Hanna recently. I need to get into Kristen Hanna's books. Lessons in Chemistry, Bonnie Garmus. Never heard, but I really like the cover. The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Okay, listen, I read this book a really long time ago. I did like it. I didn't love it, but I did really like it. And I did think the twist was good. The Frozen River, Ariel Law Hon. Never heard. Interesting. Kristen Hanna, The Nightingale. I've heard amazing things about this book. I do need to read that. What's this one? I have never seen this before. James by Percival Everett. Interesting. Okay. And then Kristen Hanna, The Women. I do need to read Kristen Hanna's books. Okay, and then you've got just normal fiction. Okay, we're nearly there. Stick with me. Hello Beautiful, Anne Napolitano. I like the cover. It's really cool. Then you've got Margot's Got Money Troubles. Oh, interesting. All Fours by Miranda July. Barbara King's Olver. Demon Copperhead. It's number 9. Normal People, number 8. Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. People are still reading that, not in a horrible way, but this was viral like 2 years ago. Mad. Here One Moment by Leanne Moriarty. Never heard. Blue Sisters by Coco Mellors. I actually have the physical copy of this because I really liked the cover, so I will read it. Remarkably Bright Creatures by Shelby Van Pelt. Never heard, but the cover is so cute. Intermezzo by Sally Rooney, who wrote Normal People. Oh, that's number 3. Number 2 is Yellowface. Okay, I have read this one and I really disliked it. Sorry, I really didn't like the FMC. She was infuriating, and I know that's the whole point, but it kind of got boring because also the story is really boring in my opinion. Sorry. And then number 1, The Wedding People. Oh, I've been meaning to read this for so long, but I was really stingy with it. I didn't want to pay full price. It was like £13 or something ridiculous on Kindle, and I was like, I'm not paying that much for a Kindle book. It was 99p this month. I don't know if it still is, so no, it won't be by the time you're reading. By the time you're listening to this, it won't be 99p anymore, but it was in July. And that is it. Oh, my voice is going, guys. I need to relax. I have filmed 2 episodes in the space of like an hour. Okay, I'm tired. I need to now get ready to go London with my boyfriend. We've got dinner. I'm so excited. That was fun. I really enjoyed doing this. I can't wait for the end of year 1 and see how much it changes.